Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? Good. We ready to light up this place this morning? That's right. I want to thank some wonderful partners in this work. And I'm going to start with the steering committee. We have a steering committee for the Put Mass Kids First Coalition. And they're in this room, and they put up with emails, phone calls. They know what they put up. And I want to say thank you. I see Peter Dolliver, Mass Alliance of YMCAs. I want to say thank you to Peter. Bill, Eddie, MADCA, everybody, MADCA members, all you wonderful MADCA members here. I know that I am missing Ardith Walker, who's with the Mass After School Partnership. My board member and member of the Put Mass Kids First Coalition, Wayne Isagire, who's here with us this morning. Oh boy, you got your crew here. And then I do want to recognize Marta Rosa, Wheelock College, because they're partners in this, and Elaine O'Reilly, who's been a wonderful, sort of a political lens to really walk this through. I don't know if Elaine's in the room, but we want to say Elaine. And then there are people who are not necessarily have to put up with me on a daily basis from the steering committee, but they're sitting up front who come from all the way from Western Mass. I can't see Claire Higgins on the front seat and not say hello to Claire, because they will travel all the way from Greenfield and come down to see us in Boston to really work with this. I see Deb Neal, and I could name a whole bunch of you who are in this room. You've been at this for such a very long time. You've been at this for such a very long time. I walked into this place in 1999 to work in this wonderful House of Representatives. And I've had a number of wonderful colleagues to work with. I've enjoyed working with Speaker DeLeo. Started off, my first vice chairmanship was under him, actually my second, bills in third reading. And then had the wonderful opportunity to work with him in Ways and Means as his vice chair. He needs our help to convey the message that putting Mass Kids first is primary in this budget this season. He can't do it alone. He needs at least 80 votes. You need to deliver your delegation wherever you live. They need to understand that this is at the top of their budget ask this year. Are you with us? We are very clear. This is about the education pipeline beginning at birth. We're not picking off kids. Children need us to begin to pay attention to them as infants, at toddlers, and kindergarten. You are a critical part of the education pipeline. And we need you to help us build a better future for many of the kids who are in your care every single day. Without you, Massachusetts cannot achieve that reality. When you drop those children off, I've had 3, and I think all of you who've ever taken the responsibility of doing that for me, because I could not do anything without the support of folks like you who took care of my children in early ed and in after school. After school is a critical part of who children will be. It is part of their infrastructure. It is part of what helps them to understand that they can be more than their current circumstances. And you do that for them every day. Part of this is us coming to an ownership that this workforce is a skilled and necessary workforce for the delivery of a wonderful economy in Massachusetts. Without you, the economy doesn't move. And so, if the parents you care for work in the retail industry, you need to speak to them. Because no matter where they work, retail, healthcare, education, manufacturing, you name it, you're taking care of their children, you're making sure those businesses operate today. Without you, they don't operate. So when we talk about critical infrastructure, let's give them some good news. It's not simply about the MBTA. It's about early education and care in our schools. So if we can figure it out, if we can miraculously come up with some funds for the MBTA, we can come up with some funds for one of our most precious resources, for what is going to create the Massachusetts that we need tomorrow, and that is our children. If we can figure out how in every public construction site that we pay prevailing wage to a laborer, very important, skilled work, a carpenter, an engineer, a plumber, all those things, right? People talk about a building envelope, what's necessary for a building envelope. All those folks are critical for that building envelope, and they are necessary. And we want to make certain that we have skilled people, because we don't want to look back and find out that the building is tumbling down, or we don't have the right lifelines going into those buildings, water, electricity, and what have you. We want to make certain that that works. And for some reason, society gets that, values it, and pays for it. Why is it then that we don't understand that every single day you enter a construction site? You enter a construction site too, about building human beings, building futures, helping young children at birth to make the connections, the brain connections that they may need to make. Somebody said somewhere there's about 15 million brain cells that get created in a child at birth. And those connections need to be made so that they can learn math, so they can learn languages, numeracy, literacy. It also talks about the fact that they need a consistent, well-trained, nurturing adult in their lives for them to be able to connect with people socially, for them to be able to have those qualitative things that make us human. They need that connection with another human being. That's part of building that individual as well. And so as they move on, those are the supports that you create. Then you help them with self-regulation, learning how to control themselves, right? Their executive functions. You do all of that. And you do it patiently, lovingly. You do it because a mom who's working 2 or 3 jobs, when they show up and they don't know how they're going to feed that child that day, they don't have that openness and that capacity to be present for the child as you are all day. And so they are getting it someplace because of you. So you are a critical part to creating that envelope, right? That building envelope for that child. And you set them up for the finishing. And that finishing happens in K to 12 or K to 16. So all the work that you do is critical foundation for the work that will be done moving forward. It is not optional. It is necessary. It is critical. Own it. You are professionals and demand the respect that you deserve. Demand it. Demand the respect that you deserve. So I appreciate my friend, the speaker, asking you for help, and I think you should embrace it. If the Speaker of the House is going to make the decision on the budget asking you for help, I think he sent you a signal. Do not go quietly. Do not go quietly. Take it as a mandate and go ask for what you need. And we're going to tell you what we hope you will ask for as members of the Put Mass Kids First Coalition. We put a lot of thought into this. We're very understanding of the fact that there is a fiscal issue around here. We're not blind to that. But this is when you make a decision as a society what's important, when it's difficult. Because in the easy time, we all keep moving forward. This is when you draw the line in the sand and say, okay, this is a priority. Put mass kids first is a priority. We need to stabilize the system, support our commissioner, support the Board of Early Education and Care. They have that salary reserve. It's a little bit, but it's something. And it will stabilize for both early ed and out of school time. Demand shouldn't even be the beginning of a conversation. That should be accepted that they're going to fund this year. Are you with me? Yes. Are you with me? Are you with me? So stabilize the system. What are we looking for? Stabilize the system. Help me. Stabilize the system. I can't hear you. Stabilize the system. I can't hear you. Stabilize the system. That's what we're going to ask them when we go up there, and then we're going to say to them, now, we also need you to do a little bit more, because you should be stabilizing it anyway. We need you to invest in quality. Invest in quality, because many of you have taken time to do what we've asked in this Commonwealth. To be NAYEC accredited. You've taken the time to do that. You've taken the time to push your staff through a career ladder to get those 4-year degrees. We need to preserve the quality that you built in those programs for all children, infant, toddlers, all children, and after-school programs, because you know what, in the Department of Early Education and Care, those subsidies also impact your after-school programs, and it's critical for them as well. And you've invested the same amount of time and talent in it. So the next thing we're going to say to them, thank you for stabilizing the system. Now we need you to invest in quality. What are we going to ask them to do? I can't hear you. What are you going to do? That's right. Those are the two things we're asking them to do. $50 million in a budget that's about $30 billion. It's okay to put kids first. Can I hear you? Put kids first. Can't hear you. Put kids first. Can't hear you. Put kids first. Can't hear you. Put kids first. That's right. We're going to put them first. I thank you. Thank you so much.